The U.S. Navy, surrounded by enemies on all sides, was cut off from escape, outnumbered, and seemingly outgunned. The world watches, waiting for disaster to strike. But instead of retreating, something unbelievable happens. As enemy forces close in, the Navy's response is swift, strategic, and nothing short of mind-blowing. At that critical moment, they pull off a daring maneuver that no one saw coming, shocking both friend and foe alike. How did they turn an impossible situation into one of the most legendary moments in naval history? In this video, we reveal the incredible tactics, technology, and bravery that define the U.S. Navy when they're pushed to their limits. You won't believe what happened next. When enemies close in and escape seems impossible, the U.S. Navy stands ready. But what happens when the world's strongest naval force is surrounded? This is the story of how the U.S. Navy responds when faced with tough challenges. Throughout history, the U.S. Navy has overcome incredible obstacles. It's not just about their advanced ships or cutting-edge technology, it's their strategy, training, and determination that make the difference. In every tense moment, the calm before action is just the start of a well-planned defense. Whether it's the cold waters of the Pacific or the unpredictable waves of the Atlantic. These ships don't just cruise, every movement is part of a larger strategy. Every sailor knows their role, every officer anticipates the enemy's next move. Let's go back to one of the most tense moments in naval history, the Battle of Leyte Gulf, 1944. The Japanese Imperial Navy had surrounded U.S. forces in the largest naval battle of World War II. For Admiral William Bull Halsey, it was a nightmare scenario. The enemy had ships in all directions, advanced off any potential escape. With Japanese forces bearing down and U.S. ships caught in a trap, it looked like the end was near, but what happened next shocked the world. The U.S. Navy didn't retreat, they attacked with everything they had. In what would later be called one of the greatest naval upsets in history, U.S. forces turned the tide against their adversaries. Through a combination of daring torpedo runs, relentless airstrikes, and deception, the U.S. Navy emerged victorious despite being surrounded. This battle wasn't just a victory, it was a statement to the world. You might surround the U.S. Navy, but you'll never break them, but that was just the beginning. Fast forward to today, and the U.S. Navy continues to face modern enemies, but the stakes have never been higher. With advanced missile systems, cyber warfare, and potential adversaries from all corners of the globe, the U.S. Navy's response to being surrounded has evolved. In regions like the South China Sea, U.S. Navy vessels are routinely challenged by aggressive maneuvers from other nations. But the response? Calm, collected, and strategic. While tensions rise, the U.S. Navy's mantra remains the same: they're always prepared. With the introduction of advanced technologies like the Aegis Combat System, the U.S. Navy can intercept incoming missile threats from miles away, keeping their fleet and crew safe even when surrounded by hostile forces. When a U.S. Navy ship is surrounded, the first thing that comes into play is the concept of layered defense. This isn't just about brute force, it's a calculated game of chess. From destroyers to submarines to aircraft carriers, each asset has its role in ensuring survival. Destroyers, equipped with guided missiles, take on incoming threats from long distances. Behind them, aircraft carriers launch fighter jets to gain air superiority, while submarines silently lurk beneath, ready to strike. This multi-layered defense creates an impenetrable wall that even the most determined enemies struggle to break. Training plays a massive role in these situations. Navy sailors are drilled relentlessly for scenarios where they are outnumbered. Communication is key. Every decision is calculated down to the second, and nothing is left to chance. Behind every great naval response, there are the unsung heroes, the sailors on the deck, the officers in the command center, and the pilots in the sky. Each individual plays a crucial role, but it's the teamwork that truly makes the U.S. Navy unstoppable. Sailors aboard U.S. Navy ships often describe the moments of tension when enemies surround them. They speak of the trust they have in their fellow crew members, knowing that everyone is working toward one goal: survival and victory. Modern U.S. Navy fleets are not only a show of force but a demonstration of military innovation. From the futuristic USS Zumwalt destroyer to the state-of-the-art Ford-class aircraft carriers, the Navy has invested in technology that allows them to dominate the seas no matter how dire the circumstances. These ships aren't just vessels, they are floating fortresses equipped with the latest in weapons, radar, and electronic warfare systems. Even when surrounded, these technological marvels are designed to fight off enemies from every direction. But warfare isn't just about firepower, it's about psychology. When the U.S. Navy is surrounded, they don't just respond with weapons, they respond with intimidation. The sight of a fully armed U.S. aircraft carrier or the presence of an Ohio-class submarine can be enough to make any adversary think twice before engaging. The U.S. Navy's legacy is built on resilience. From the days of World War II to the challenges of the Cold War and today's modern conflicts, this branch of the military has proven time and again that it's not just about the ships or the technology, it's about the people and the unbreakable spirit that defines them. In every conflict, the U.S. Navy has faced incredible odds, but they've always found a way to come out on top. When surrounded by enemies, they don't fold, they fight harder. As we look toward the future, the challenges will only grow. With emerging threats like hypersonic missiles, cyber attacks, and artificial intelligence-driven warfare, the U.S. Navy will need to continue adapting to ensure they maintain their dominance. But one thing is certain, no matter how advanced the threats become when the U.S. Navy is surrounded, they will always respond with the same determination, precision, and fearlessness that has made them one of the most formidable forces in history. When enemies surround the U.S. Navy, they don't just defend, they dominate. Their response is swift, decisive, and unstoppable. Whether in the past, present, or future, one truth remains: the U.S. Navy will never back down. Thank you for watching. If you were inspired by the incredible resilience of the U.S. Navy, hit the subscribe button. Give this video a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on the most thrilling stories of naval warfare. Until next time, stay strong, stay ready, and stay unstoppable.